the channel, fam. Today I'm doing a analysis more than a reaction to the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us video. So give me a subscription, run up the likes, trying to grow this channel. My peoples, trying to grow this channel. Well, I'm going to approach this today from a different standpoint than most reactions are gonna come at this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming at this from an analysis, from a cinematic analysis point of view. As most of you might know that follow my channel, I'm an art director and production designer. So I'm coming at this from a film expert perspective. I'm not going to get too much into the lyrics. We all know the lyrics. We all know Kendrick won, but I'm looking at this as like an artistic analysis more than a reaction. So even though I say reaction, it's more of a production design, cinematic, artistic dive into this piece of work. So run up the likes, hit subscribe, help your boy grow. Alright, so here we go. So right off the bat, that imagery at the very start is pretty dope. Let me go back. So that imagery right there that you're seeing on the screen, that's the Compton City Hall. So, you know, going back to Kendrick's sort of theme and vibe that he's carried throughout this entire battle, is like he's about the culture, he's about Compton. And coming from an architectural and design perspective, I love this building. This building has a National Registry for Historic Preservation, so it's a historic building, so it has protected status. And right off the bat, it's about Compton. You know, it's iconic. The image is clean. The way they frame the shot is perfect. And the sculptural amphitheater in the front of it, right now it's empty. And to me, that's such a powerful image, because later in the video, you're going to see like the entire coast, you know, different sets or whatever united within that amphitheater space, chanted, "They not like us," which is just, again, carrying through that thematic aspect that, you know, this is Compton, this is about the West Coast, and, you know, the opponent is not from here. You know, so this frame is perfect, so let's go.
I am reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, I need all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me, that could my seat. IP, ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
What's the password?
I see dead people.
All right, I gotta pause it there, fam. I gotta pause it right there. So, this opening sequence is, it's pretty dope, you know. And I hope that Kendrick makes this opening a track by itself. All right, so coming from a film or a film design perspective, I don't even know who the production designer for this music video is at this point, but I'm gonna go back and look it up. You know, it's the sheer like whiteness of the space. Even though it's in shadow, you can tell it's white. And when they change the lighting, you can see that the space is white. But just the way they light it, you go from dark, and you see Kendrick in the background. You know, as a symbol, I feel like the design of this white space, this white hallway, is symbolizing like sort of the purity of hip hop, the purity of the culture. You know, as my dudes from the rap round table say, of the cloth. You know what I mean? So from a designer perspective, I really like this choice, and I like the shadow, and of course Kendrick in the white outfit. You know, it's Mr. Morale. It's the purity of hip hop. And before I even go any further, I just want to sort of let people know production design on a whole is the design of the look and the theme of a film, music video, commercial, whatever content that a production designer really puts some thought into to carry through symbolism, theme, to emphasize certain points or topics or whatever, is essentially the art of production design. And as a production designer, the basic visual components of production design is space, line, shape, tone, color, movement, and rhythm. And here you can see a good example of the use of the visual component of lines and shadows, just the way the DP light the space, and also at the end of this sort of dead-end hallway, it's you see the vanishing lines, the vanishing perspective lines. So if you do perspective style drawings, then you'll sort of get what that's about. But this opening is fire. So it goes from shadow, light, and this is shot in black and white, and it's just great. A great use of space. Then of course, you've got the people. This right here is almost reminiscent of The Matrix. For those who are big movie fans, remember the second Matrix when the agent came back and he knocks at the door.
What's the password?
This just reminds me of that. And of course, we got our boy Tommy the Clown, West Coast legend.
You late.
Aye, monster on the beat, ho, depot, any rap nigga, he a freak, throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton.
So right off the bat, we all know this track, so they straight getting into it. And as a designer, I really like this space. It almost seems like it's a big cube. If I was designing this, I know how I would approach it. I'm not quite sure what material the designer used, but it seems to be something light, something reflective, and it's gray. I feel like it's a perfect gray. And between the designer and the DP, who's the director of photography, and the DP handles the lighting. So usually the production designer, art director, whatever, and the DP work hand in hand. But this, I really like the way the space is, and then the costumes. Whoever dealt with the costume just picked the perfect colors. Kendrick's in white as sort of the symbol of the savior of hip hop. The savior of the culture. Then we have all the dancers with the different paint on their face, and then you have the prints on the t-shirt with different colors. Me not being from the West Coast, I don't really know a lot about the different sets and their colors or whatever, but I'm kind of feeling like that might have something to do with it. Even if it doesn't, it's great color choices for the print on the t-shirt of the actors surrounding Kendrick. So again, this again, another basic visual component is the volume that the dancers and the performers in. It's a great setting.
Aye, monster on the beat, ho, depot, any rap nigga, he a freak, throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton?
And everything complements each other in that sort of gray, lighter space. Kendrick in white, the chairs are darker, it's reflective. It's really a good look. It's well lit, like you can tell that they really spent some time lighting that space to get an even tone. And then you transition to the dark, spooky scene. Big horror movie fan, I'm hoping I get to design a horror movie soon. But this is reminiscent of the film The Boogeyman. I don't know if y'all seen that, but check it out. But it's like, it's like some Stephen King shit, man. It's dark, it's spooky. Kendrick is in the forefront, all black. You see the dancers in the background, like they're barely visible, but at the same time, make no mistake about it, that was intentional with the way the scene is lit, with the headlights. This is dope, man. I really like this spooky scene. It's like, it's symbolizing and carrying the theme, like, yo, opponent, aka Drizzy, coming for
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the score with him.
And
Walking
then, of
down
course,
whole
you have
time, I
the
know he got.
boogeyman thing. Again, watch like the Boogeyman, the Hollow Man, you know. Those kind of scary movies where, you know, a character just like a supernatural force just pulling back. That's great.
Man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Hold on him, extort shit.
And again, the theme Compton on the cap, it's the only white element in this scene. You know, this scene, it's black and different gradations of gray. So again, it's the tone. So this scene is a good example of the tone. You know, the tone for this part of the song is dark. You know, it's visceral. It's like, yo, homie, like, I'm the boogeyman. I'm coming for you. You're not from this. Like, you know, don't mess with us. Don't mess with Compton. We'll get you. So this is a good example of tone in this scene right here.
Bully the flow on him. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to
And
sell
then,
black woman.
again, the production designer made an excellent choice here. Kendrick doing his push-ups. You know, it's a very sterile, minimalistic design at this point. You notice that the grays and the whites sort of all blend together. The two different color tones in here, you have the warmth of the wooden speaker and the concrete floor that has some warmth in it. Then you have the minimalistic bed, you know, you have the cinder block. And I don't know if this was intentional or not, but again, the whole theme of this diss track, Not Like Us, is that Drake is not from the culture and he's imitating, but he can't imitate it. Now, if you notice in this scene, you can see through all the elements. You can see under the bed going all the way back. You can see through the cinder blocks, you know, all the way to the back of the wall. You know, you see the speakers. It's almost like it's symbolizing, like, there are no skeletons in my closet. You know what I'm saying? Like everything for me is on display. And Kendrick alluded to this throughout the battle. Like, yeah, you can try to find dirt on me, you ain't gonna find anything. Like, everything is on full display. But I really like the use of tone and color here and space that the production designer did. Like, make no mistake about it, from a film design perspective, like, the placement of all these elements was intentional. Like, all the placement of this stuff was intentional.
And I ever go to sell black one. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from them. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 that fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch, ain't you
Again, just a great, design and visual composition. This is a good example of the way the design used space. You know, you have like this stark blue background. Of course, you have the pinata for wop 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 wop. You know what I mean, with the owl, with the owl being the pinata, and here, you know, the you have the warmth of the owl contrast against the cold blue background. You know, Kendrick in his white and silver, you know, again symbolizing kind of that savor of hip hop theme I've been telling you about. And you know, this is just like it's a good design. I mean, I like, as a designer, I do like minimalistic elements, you know, that say something. Like right here, he said like, wop wop wop, of course, you know, you're not from this, like you can't imitate this, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's why they even went with sort of this minimal choice for this scene. And this video is like, for me, it's just really cool to see because it's reminiscent. I grew up in the 90s, it's reminiscent of the 90s and early 2000s where music videos were like these cinematic events, you know what I mean? Nowadays, everybody shoots stuff on their iPhones or whatever, but like some real thought and design was put into this.
Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They know not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
This scene, brilliant again. You have Kendrick in black, white, symbolizing, the savior of hip hop, the West Coast or whatever. But notice the way they started with just the gray background, then zoom out. So this is a good example of movement, with the chalk outline and Kendrick skipping across it, Excellent example of movement and controlling the movement. Not first you have the camera movement that goes from the gray background to reveal the wider shot, but then you have Kendrick, the subject, moving down, moving even closer to the camera, even though the camera is zoomed back. That's excellent, man, excellent. And then now, this scene is what I love, and going back to the start of what I said, when you first saw the Compton City Hall, you saw that amphitheater sort of space. There, now you see like all of the West Coast sort of unified within that space. And logistically, when you're filming, you always want to control the environment you're going to see on camera. And I feel like that was a great use of that space, because you have those big sort of sculptural fins that help contain the crowd. There might have been way more people than that outside, but as a visual tool, controlling the space, controlling the movement, that was a great shot in using those that big amphitheater and those fins to frame the crowd.
Nigga, it cold foul. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches. Go. The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise. Ain't that something be right?
This is a great space of great use of location right here, man. I'm having flashbacks to some of my film work when I'm going into these restaurants and filming stuff, and of course you can't show everything on camera, you gotta cover some stuff, but this is so dope because the space is pristine, I love the contrast of the dancer's outfit against Mustard and Kendrick's outfit, also against the background. You see Mustard is wearing the Blue Jays hat, red sweater, then Kendrick sort of balances that out with the blue stripe across his sweater. And then, of course, you have the pops of red and blue inside the restaurant. These are great design choices. I'm not quite sure if that's the actual look of the restaurant or if they augment it in any way to bring this to film this scene. But this is dope, man. This is good. Again, good use of space and rhythm. Just the way the players in this scene are placed. You have Kendrick in the forefront, Mustard about to dip some sauce, and of course, the dancer doing the sea walk in the background again, keeping it West Coast, keeping it calm.
You rest that's for bitchin', you Malibu most wanted. Ain't no love boy, you ball boy, fresh Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxes, or over your foe. The other vaginal option, pussy, nigga better straighten they posture. Got famous all up in content, might write this with a doctor. Tell a pop star quit hiding, fuck a
And I love these scenes, man, with the crowd in the background, all about the West Coast. Keeping it funky, keeping it West Coast.
They not like us, they not like us, they not like us.
And then this scene right here, I really wanted to highlight because I'm sure they put a lot of work in putting this scene together. Again, it's tone, it's color, it's space. I've had to stack shipping containers for different film projects that I've worked on, and logistically it's a lot of work, but I love the backdrop, which is sort of this cool white, it even looks like a cool blue, but it's this kind of whitish background, and then of course you have Kendrick in his, suit, Mr. Morale, and then, you have the gray hard surface. And this right here, I think, was very intentional. And as for the tone and color, I think the designer and the director, all the people making the decision meant for this scene to be cooler. Not necessarily cold, but cooler, in contrast to some of the shots where you see all the warmth and color of, like the people in the background, the different outfits or whatever. But this is a good example of the use of tone and color and controlling the space within whatever the final configuration of how they laid out the shipping container.
Apologizing. I'm glad D Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to
DeMar DeRozan.
and your homeboy needs to.
And then again, it's always it's a lot of playing with contrast. So you have the white background, Kendrick in a darker suit, the dancers in their black and white, doing their West Coast steps and dance moves and whatnot, and
That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the roll label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Ay, sweet chin music and I won't pass the ox. Ay, how many stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie, here's 69 God. Ay, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside. Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod. Ay, city is back up, it's a must, we outside.
Back to the shot of the crowd within the amphitheater space again. The way this shot is framed, it's perfect. You got all different colored clothing, you got caps, just representing LA, Compton, the West Coast, man.
Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod. Ay, city is back up, it's a must, we outside.
This is the way to shoot a crowd. And this right here, this is just like a dope scene. It does have some classical historic references, which I'm not going to get into right now, but this one, again, just a great use of tone and color with the dancer against the background, and here I'm feeling like this is symbolizing, telling Drake, like, yo son, you better walk the tightrope because you're not from this, you're not from where we're from, so quit cosplaying. This is just a great shot, man. I love this right here. And she actually sea-walking.
They not like us.
They not into the OG and the West Coast heavy hitters.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
And I like that they in front of the project building. And then this scene right here, they go back to that volume that I love. Right here, I feel like the cinematographer did some great camera work.
Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still double down, calling.
Kendrick getting into his bag, spitting fast.
Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game. The settlers was
It's like you need a few dollars to start throwing money in the air.
agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This the real nigga challenge. You caught Future when you didn't see the club.
And then the clown is like, yeah, fam, you cosplaying. And then the way they start throwing the camera from side to side is Kendrick is like laying out the bars. They coincide that with the camera movement, go to Atlanta, all that kind of stuff. That's dope camera work, man. Again, this is just reminiscent of like a bygone era in music video, where they were like cinematic events.
What, little baby help you get your lingo up? What, 21 give you false street cred? Thug make you feel like you a slime in your head. Like, what, Quavo said you can be from North Side? What, 2 Chainz say you good, but he lied.
And then you get into the final scene, and this is one of my favorite scenes in the video right here. They switch it to black and white. And I feel like there's a lot of symbolism here, because early in the beef, Kendrick told Drake, like, don't talk about my family, son. Don't talk about my family. If you talk about my family, it's not going to turn out good for you. You know what I mean? So here, they switch from color to black and white. And I feel like it's a symbolism throwing back, back to a time when, there was the family. Like, he's throwing it back, like, I'm a family man, I'm a classic family man. So they went to black and white, so it's him, it's Whitney, it's his kids, and then the placement of the photographs in the background, I'm sure that was very intentional. You can't see what they are because they are on like a shorter focal length and lens, but it just adds to the ambiance that this is a place for family, for love, for fun, and they start on a medium close shot, and then the camera starts moving back, and then they start getting down. Yeah, and then they start dancing like, yeah, we having fun. Oh my gosh, she killing it too. Yeah, but the look of this space is dope. It's almost like a I don't want to say old timey, but it's almost like a 1970s household, you know. If you watch that series called is it Us or Them? That's on Prime. Is it them? Yeah, I think it's them. But it's I think it's kind of like a Jordan Peele inspired series. It might be Jordan Peele. I'm not quite sure, but the this space of of the living room almost reminds me of that show.
Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 hey.
Old folks, right?
OV ho, say OV ho, then step this way.
And the whole coast like they stomping on Homeboy's grave.
Are you my friend? Are we liking? Then step this way, step that way, then step this way.
This is one of the most epic videos I've seen, I'd say, like, in the last 10 years, man. It's crazy. You know, and shout out to the designer. Ooh, and then you get into this, like, towards the very end, with Kendrick looking at the owl, you know, the OVO, the owl, man. And from a thematic or symbolism point, you know, owls, like, have always been thought of in literature or in many cultures as like when you see an owl, it's like an ominous sign, you know. Some cultures saw this as a sign of bad things to come. Owls also play like a huge role in paranormal. You know, if you watch a lot of horror movies like I do, you will see, I'm sure you'll see an owl here and there. There are aspects of the owl that have continued to pass through human culture for thousands of years, right? In some places, owls are seen as like a symbol of wisdom and knowledge and protection. They are often associated with supernatural and the keepers of death in a transformational sense, you know. So that's saying a lot. You know, the owl at the end could be like, yo fam, you don't have the wisdom to carry the torch for this culture, you know, towards Drake. Or maybe it's saying like, again, you know, at the start of it, he's like, I see dead people, rap, original boogeyman, you know what I mean? Maybe he's saying like, yo fam, see this, like bad things is coming your way, you know what I mean? Or like, yo fam, you know, like, this is supernatural. This is bigger than like the cosplaying you doing and the fronting and acting. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was also funny. Of course, you know, with the whole OVO thing. But this is dope, man. And I like the background here, you know, the dark cage. Of course, you have the warmth of the wood, the owl is standing on, and the color of the feathers, you know. Great design choices all the way around. Back to the live shot. Yeah.
That way, then step this way, step that way.
Dope. Alright, fam, and there you have it, man. Reaction / analysis, or analysis / reaction to the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us video. I hope you all enjoy my breakdown from a little bit of a different perspective than most people. Please like, subscribe, help me grow this channel. I want to do more cool content before I get back on film. Alright, peace.